So we need to do a little algebra review in preparation for our lesson tomorrow. So take a second, pause the video, and write down these three problems. Now initially you might be really scared and concerned for two reasons. One, there's fractions, and God, we hate fractions. But two, there's a lot of variables and hardly any numbers. So these are called literal equations, where my answer is still going to have variables, and I'm not going to get like one number as my answer, which that can really scare students. They want the answer to be 2. They want the answer to be 10. In these examples, it's not going to be that way. So let's look at what we do. So anytime we're scared by the way something looks, let's back up and think about what we know. B over A divided by 2. Well, 2 is a fraction. So this is simply a fraction divided by a fraction. Now, it's probably been a while since you've had to divide fractions by hand, but there's a simple rule. You keep your first fraction, you change division to multiplication, you flip the second fraction. So B over A divided by 2 is simply B over A times 1/2. And if I'm multiplying fractions, we multiply across. B times 1 is B. A times 2 is 2A. Done. That's my answer. That's not too scary. All right, let's look at this next answer, or this next problem. A times B squared over 4A squared. Well, this is actually easier than the previous because it's just multiplication. So I've got a fraction, A over 1 times B squared over 4A squared. Again, just like we just did, multiply across. A times B squared is AB squared. 1 times 4A squared is 4A squared. Now, I'm not done yet because I notice that I have an A in the numerator and an A squared in the denominator. And what's going to happen is this A is going to reduce with one of these A's, and I'm not going to have an A in the numerator, and I'm only going to have one A in the denominator. So I had to do a little simplification on that problem, but my final answer is B squared over 4A.